Progress in our community has been stagnant for the past 4 years. Now we have a chance to move forward again. And I want to deal with some preliminary matters. First of all, I have never smoked crack. In fact, I have never smoked. So now you know that I'm clean. And some other preliminary matters. Store hours. This issue will be decided by the citizens of Greater Sudbury with the coming referendum. I am committed to honoring the wishes of our citizens. Secondly, the Ombudsman. Council, while I was mayor, hired the Ombudsman. At our first meeting of council in 2014, I will introduce a notice of motion to reinstate him. This motion will be discussed and voted on during the second council meeting. The position of Auditor General. Council, while I was mayor, established that position and hired the Auditor General. Seems to me that there was to be a review process after 3 years. This probationary period has been completed. I will introduce a motion with council to make the position permanent. The Auditor General will remain on a contract. The Healthy Community Initiatives, aka slush fund, will be reviewed to ensure accountability, accessibility, and transparency. And I will enunciate that. I will flesh it out when we publish our platform in detail. I see Greater Sudbury's future resting primarily on the following pillars. 1, physical infrastructure. We need to move aggressively in tackling our infrastructure deficit of over $500 million. This includes the infrastructuring of the 5 previously identified industrial parks. This should be done now, before the economy comes back. Such infrastructuring has direct and positive implications for our future revenue stream and job opportunities. 2, recreational and cultural infrastructures not only improve our quality of life, but they have proven to be economic drivers to the economy. They include arenas, play areas, art galleries, libraries, centers for performance and theaters. For example, I have seen the work done by the Sudbury Foundation regarding the multi-use facility called the Synergy Project, and I am excited with what I have seen. Another pillar that is extremely important to our economic future in terms of employment opportunities and for increased revenues to our city's coffers is the identification and strategic investments in what I call EDS and MEDS sector of our economy. We have, as a city, participated in establishing our community as a healthcare and education center for northeastern Ontario through facilities such as cancer treatment and research, a medical school, a geriatric center, medical research, and the School of Architecture. We must continue to make these strategic investments. Another pillar that is vital to moving our city forward again is the economic and fiscal one. It focuses on the removal of barriers to beneficial investments in our city by developers. This includes joint ventures with other levels of government and the private sector. We must work with our investing and developing sectors to remove red tape while ensuring that our laws and community standards are maintained. This pillar also has a particular focus on a must for the fiscal stability of our city. Namely, and I stress this, resource revenue sharing. If we can get resource revenue sharing from our gravel pits, why can't we get it from our ore deposits? And I want to note that historically, this is extremely important, historically we received 25% of our assessed property revenues from the mining sector in Greater Sudbury. By the completion of the report that I had commissioned, chaired by Jose Blanco, those revenues had dropped to 6.5%, while the federal government, over the same period of time, increased its revenues from the mining sector in Sudbury 109%. Increased it 109%. And the province wasn't far behind at 77%. The boom in mining benefited the two senior levels of government, local businesses, but it did not directly benefit the City of Greater Sudbury. In the meantime, we keep repairing roads year after year after year that ore trucks frequent. The time is now to join the voices of First Nations in the Ring of Fire to demand a share of resource revenue. I may also note here, and I get really worked up on this because I really do, because if Freud is to be believed, the definition of madness is to keep doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result. And we keep repaving the South Boulevard and Falconbridge Road, and now we're running the trucks through Cote Boulevard onto Regional Road 15, which are not designed for those trucks. 103 trucks every day. 103 every day running on our roads. I might note that Maley Drive, which is now up to more than $100 million to construct, both levels of government, federal and provincial, should be paying the full cost of Maley Drive. We must move forward again on the resource revenue sharing file. We have to move forward on that file. Our Economic Development Corporation Board is to be encouraged and supported to get out in front of the train rather than chasing it. And to give an example, the Ring of Fire. When we identified the Ring of Fire, we went after cliffs so that we could be right at the forefront of ensuring that those ores came on the CN track into Cape Real and that we build a smelter there. That was in my time. I support the Economic Development Corporation Board's support its advocacy for the business community, and I support its entrepreneurial attitude to economic development. Ladies and gentlemen, I need your help and support to become the mayor of our city. I have the proven leadership skills to work with council so that we as a team can pursue common goals and move our community forward again.